No man knoweth the day nor the time, but what we do know right now is we need to get ready. Get ready, folks, for $5 a gallon gasoline. And this is as supply shocks, according to Fortune magazine, are threatening to push oil to $100 per barrel ahead of the U.S. summer driving season and complicating rate cut deliberations. Welcome back to the channel, folks. Welcome back to another video. I'm Kevin, you're watching Kevin247, and let's talk about more ways that they're trying to pull money out of your bank account and reduce your savings and make life even harder. The 20% gains in crude oil prices this year may not slow down until fall, so there is some silver lining, something to look forward to, a light at the end of the tunnel, and that light may or may not be a train coming, barreling down the tracks, ready to run you over. Unless it derails before that happens. Summertime, the sun will be out, the days will be warm and long. Talk about warm and long. That's what she said. For many of us, it'll be just the time to load up the kids into the family van and head off to Maine, Yellowstone National Park, Niagara Falls, and the Great Lakes, or maybe Walt Disney World, which I know a lot of you probably don't like Walt Disney World, but I do like the national parks. And I did see just the other day how some moron created this traffic jam because they just, I think it was probably Yellowstone, and they just parked their car in the middle of the road to get out to chase a bear to take a photo with them. Darwin, where are you? But it says be ready. There's a chance you will be looking at paying even more than you are now to fill up at a gas station, assuming you aren't driving an electric vehicle, for which, I don't know, should electric vehicles be free to charge? Nate thinks so.
We're about to head back out into the desert. It costs a grand total of $16.
Whoa.
It's not too bad, but for some reason it feels like electricity should be free. I realize that's not the case and that makes no sense, but like, it's invisible. So it feels weird paying for it.
Or at least because you can't see electricity, he thinks that you shouldn't have to pay for it. But anyone who knows that EVs actually cost more to drive than gas-powered ICE internal combustion dinosaur juice running good old-fashioned American oh, we got people out here looking at we literally have people out here looking at the Eclipse. I don't even know what they're looking at because it's not dark. They're just standing here. I was wondering why these people are standing here staring up into the sky. Oh man, this would be a perfect opportunity to, like, this is literally from the movie Don't Look Up. It's crazy. It almost seems like a miniature scene out of Independence Day before the aliens show up and just wipe out all, or at least attempt to wipe out humanity. Maybe she's here for the gazing, the cloud gazing, the sky gazing, the sun gazing, eclipse gazing. I don't know. Like, the sun, I don't know if you guys can see it. The sun is right there. I don't know what they're looking at. Maybe there's some form of eclipse happening. It doesn't seem like it to me, but I'm no rocket scientist. But yeah, EVs are expensive. They cost more than gas, and with gas prices are going up, then I guarantee you that electricity and other forms of energy are going up. Don't think that they're going to give you a break, okay? That's never going to happen. But oil prices are the big driver, with West Texas Intermediate, the benchmark U.S. crude, closing in on $87 a barrel on Friday, and Brent, the global benchmark, settled above $91 a barrel. Those are gains of 21.3 and 18.3% respectively for the year. We've got mentions here of Middle East tension, global supply disruptions, OPEC and friends want higher prices, more demand for gasoline and other products, blocking the Strait of Hormuz, a showstopper. Motorists already are seeing higher prices. Let's see here. Let's see. And if you live in California, you're already paying more than $5 a gallon. It's actually $6.05 a gallon if you stop in rural Mono County. Stay away from Highway 1, big sir. The road is collapsing, and yeah, don't do that. But yeah, this supply shock threatening to push oil to $100 a barrel. Fortune says that when oil jumped above $90 a barrel just days ago, military tensions between Israel and Iran were the immediate trigger. But the rally's foundations went deeper to global supply shocks that are intensifying fears of a commodity-driven inflation resurgence. All right, now that truck moved, I got to get a shot of these folks just standing out here, literally just looking up at the sky. We're just standing here looking at, I don't know what we're looking at. Either way, be that as it may, no man knows the day nor the hour, right? When oil jumped above $90 a barrel, yeah, military tensions immediately triggered, and a recent move by Mexico to slash its crude exports is compounding a global squeeze, prompting refiners in the U.S., the world's biggest oil producer, to consume more domestic barrels. Yeah, let's go ahead and tap that strategic petroleum reserve, old Joey. Now we have like a little bit of a traffic jam going on over here. It's like people just here hanging out. Such an amazing event. The sun or the moon, one or the other. American sanctions have stranded Russian cargoes at sea, with Venezuelan supply a potential next target. More attacks as the Houthi rebel attacks on tankers in the Red Sea have delayed crude shipments, and despite the turmoil, OPEC and its allies are sticking with their production cuts. And it all adds up to a magnitude of supply disruption that has taken traders by surprise, and the crunch is turbocharging an oil rally ahead of the U.S. summer driving season, threatening to push Brent crude, the global benchmark, to $100 for the first time in almost 2 years. And that's amplifying the inflation concerns that are clouding U.S. President Joe Biden's re-election chances and complicating central banks' rate cut deliberations. And even here, as I just pulled up the recent latest news, we see JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon and his alert, his warning, delivering a stark warning on inflation and our economy. Yeah, folks. Like I said, they're coming for you. They're coming for your money. They're coming for your checking, your accounts, your savings accounts. They're coming for it all. Fortune, by way of Yahoo Finance. More job cuts, more layoffs, more problems that are happening right now because of this mandatory fast food minimum wage bump. And before slashing their staff, they're actually beginning to slash their staff step count to make them more productive, okay? And we've seen this happen before with like McDonald's and Starbucks and Chick-fil-A, and ultimately trying to optimize their efficiency to get the most bang for their buck. A penny saved is a penny earned, right? Is that the old saying? So a national fried chicken chain has devised a novel way to make its staff more efficient, while on-shift redesign its restaurants so staff don't have to walk as far to serve customers. I don't know who wrote that. It sounds really weird. Pollo Campero, which operates in 20 states across the U.S., mapped how its staff moved around sites, and the Guatemalan-founded brand found its employees were walking miles a day and aimed to slash that figure. And the staff member tasked with ensuring orders are delivered accurately and promptly, for example, previously walked about 18,000 steps a day, the equivalent of approximately 5 miles. And following redesigns, those individuals now walk around 9,500 steps per shift, a little over 2 miles, closer to the target of 10,000 steps most adults are told they should aim to walk a day. It goes on to mention the rising labor costs, and labor costs are indeed creeping up and will continue to do so across the U.S. and California. For example, where Pollo Campero has more than 20 stores, the minimum wage recently increased to $20 an hour. While a victory for workers who have been paid historically low wages, economists are also warning the move could lead to unemployment, with the cost of business being pushed too high. You can see it there, folks. California is just one of many states making a change. In Florida, where Pollo Campero has 7 restaurants, the minimum wage will increase by $1 a year until 2026, when it will hit $15 an hour. Rhode Island, where the brand also has a restaurant, will increase its minimum wage by $1 to $15 in January 2025. New Jersey, home to 4 of the chicken brand's restaurants, increased its minimum wage by $1 to $15.13 an hour in January. And in Maryland, where there are 6 Pollo restaurants, the minimum wage went up from $13.25 to starting January 1 of 2024. The 25% bump in California was reportedly described as draconian by an independent advocacy group of McDonald's named the National Owners Association, and made up more than 1,000 McDonald's owners. The NOA claimed the move would cost each restaurant in California $250,000, $250,000, a cost which simply cannot be absorbed by the business model, or at least not with the way that the owners and franchise owners and other high-level executives from McDonald's have created and devised a way to structure their total compensation packages to receive hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars annually in salary and other benefits. Now, one of the questions that I have is, will we perhaps see a boycott of McDonald's? And maybe not. Maybe as McDonald's raises their prices, people will agree with them, and they'll still continue to spend $20 at McDonald's per person for a Big Mac or a large fry or hash brown or chicken McNuggets. Now, granted, we have seen some controversy with McDonald's and boycotts already happening. Granted, not here in the United States, but it is happening in other countries. And McDonald's, the fast food firm, boycott controversy, according to the BBC, the sudden decision by McDonald's to take over ownership of its branches in Israel has thrust the franchise company and its chief executive into the spotlight. McDonald's will buy back all of its Israeli restaurants after global sales slumped due to a boycott of the brand over its perceived support for Israel in the war against Hamas in Gaza. The fast food giant uses a franchise system, which means that individual operators are licensed to run outlets and employ staff, but the broader company came in for criticism after Mr. Payton offered free meals to Israeli forces around the start of the Israel-Gaza war on October 7th. So a boycott was sparked after Muslim-majority countries such as Kuwait, Malaysia, and Pakistan issued statements distancing themselves from the firm for what they saw as support for Israel. So will we see some form of retaliation coming here to McDonald's or affecting McDonald's when customers feel as though that the company isn't necessarily in alignment with or are against customers, as they know the pain that so many face and the struggles that so many have, and see increased menu prices and higher food costs coming at the worst possible time? Only time will tell, but I will continue to monitor and bring you guys more updates on this. As always, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye.
I can tell you my problems, meditating my silence, but I keep pushing my pen, rotating my stylus. Brokenness feeling like sin, now no breath, low dollar. Used to be left on red, now all the girls go holler. Now all the girls go follow. All the fake fans go pop.